Hello and welcome back to Marvelous Videos. Today we go back to one of the Beyond Omega level supervillains in the Marvel Universe. In case some of you all are wondering what Beyond Omega level is, it's the kind of supervillains that are almost undefeatable in the Marvel Universe. Beyond Omega level includes cosmic level threats, whose involvement with any superpower can cause too much destruction. In this video, we get into the mind and origins of one such supervillain, Tyrant, the living machine made of cosmic dust by none other than Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. Tyrant created a rage in the comics. He was so powerful that he held superheroes and supervillains captive in a matrix. What's more, he was the one who stole the Reality Stone from Thanos. Yes, I'm talking about the same Reality Stone that we see in the Marvel movie Avengers Endgame. There was only one person who could even remotely harm Tyrant, and that is none other than Galactus, his creator. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Tyrant's tyrannical origins, the Mind, child of Galactus. Galactus, during the birth of the universe, felt pangs of great hunger. He felt the need to conquer, but restrained himself. Nobody knows what really drove him forward. Perhaps boredom or even pride, but Galactus constructed a being of his own image and gave it life. Tyrant was the first pawn of Galactus, who joined him in his purpose, which was the destruction of the world. As we know, destruction is part of enforcing balance. Galactus was satisfied by doing just as much as necessary with his power, and knew that this disbalance in the universe could lead to consequences that he could not face. Knowing this, Galactus kept his limit and only laid as much destruction as was required. However, Tyrant was jealous of Galactus and wanted to overpower him. He was filled with a hunger for power, directly conflicting with what Galactus desired. His need to conquer increased with every world he destroyed. He liked what he did and wanted the whole world in the palm of his hands. Soon, Tyrant started conquering without Galactus' notice and created a gigantic army, creating many opponents through different universes. One such notable opposition was that of Spinsterhood, a group of female lead warriors who had faced Tyrant. Soon Galactus gets to know of this. He drives Tyrant to the corners of the universes, but he's unable to kill him since he is still so powerful and even Galactus cannot kill him. Instead, Galactus and Tyrant engaged in a titanic battle which supposedly unleashed so much energy that it destroyed many galaxies. Galactus successfully took back much of Tyrant's power, reducing his power to his current capacity before banishing him. Tyrant remains inactive for eons, gathering armies to continue with his conquests. The Spinsterhood believed that they were the reason for Tyrant's defeat, unaware of the interference by Galactus, and got into hibernation pods soon after. This fact is known by Ganymede, who is supposed to be the sole survivor of the Spinsterhood female warriors much later after Tyrant's return. His first appearance in the Marvel Universe happens in issue 81 titled Silver Surfer Comic in the year 1987, where he captures many spacefaring heroes and villains to siphon their raw energies. He intended to use their superpower and energy as batteries for his armies, fortress, and himself so that he could subjugate galaxies. A few of these superpowered beings were Silver Surfer, Terex, Gladiator, and Morg. Ganymede, who intended to find and defeat Tyrant, also found herself captured in the Matrix. This is when the Jack of Hearts also enters with Tyrant's troops. He is about to be made prisoner when he blasts all the energy he has to destroy Tyrant, choosing to self-destruct instead of getting captured. This breaks the Matrix, freeing all the superheroes and villains. They fight against Tyrant at first, but his answer is simple. "You're barely able to harm me, much less defeat me." Meanwhile, Morg and Terex start fighting each other since they shared a history. Though Terex and others try to reason with Morg, he is adamant about killing Terex. The group breaks, but the rest continue to try and defeat Tyrant, but to no avail. After all of them are down, and just when Tyrant plans to finish all, Galactus arrives, reminding Tyrant that he doesn't wish to dwell upon what has happened. Tyrant tries to remind Galactus that he is much more powerful now, and he can now defeat Galactus. Tyrant is ready to fight Galactus, while Galactus politely reminds him that even if he does win, if that were the case, the only thing he shall be ruling over is rubble. Imagine two of the most powerful beings against each other. That would lead to nothing but ruins. Anyway, coming back, Galactus implied that he just wanted his herald, Morg, and was willing to sacrifice the rest. Tyrant, upon learning this, demands that he will release all but Morg. Galactus is left with no choice but to agree. This deal leaves all superheroes free, and they return to their respected homelands after much relief. On the other hand, in the first issue of Cosmic Powers, Thanos defeats any superheroes he finds worthy of him and is in search of a challenge. This is when he hears of Tyrant, and he is eager to defeat him. However, he wishes to learn more about him and circles all the superheroes to make them allies in his mission and use them to get to Tyrant. When one of his henchmen tries to caution Thanos against Tyrant, he kills him. Confrontation of Tyrant with Thanos. In the 6th issue of Cosmic Powers, we see the contentious face-off between the superpowered beings that Tyrant had held captive not so long ago and Tyrant. Thanos allies everyone through Terex, who runs by power and is easily manipulated by him. The minute the Alliance makes its way to Tyrant's fortress, Thanos abandons them and makes his way inside the fortress, where Tyrant has his computers. The others hold Tyrant as a distraction while Thanos understands Tyrant's history with Galactus. He also finds the life source orb of Morg and steals it from Tyrant. When only Ganymede is left on the battlefield, Thanos enters and takes matters into his own hands. He also denies Ganymede any information she asks for, breaking their alliance. Here we have Thanos of Titans and Tyrant fighting each other while the others get to know of Thanos' treachery and leave him alone in Tyrant's fortress, taking Thanos' ship. However, while fighting Tyrant, Thanos realizes that he cannot defeat Tyrant just yet. Instead, he takes the power orb and teleports in front of Tyrant, humbling him. Thanos considers it as a victory since he believes, "I have obtained what I've sought. Our business is concluded as power is means to an end, not the end itself." Tyrant is left on the battlefield. Morg's unexpected stab. Anyone who's read the comics will know that Morg was perhaps the most loyal of them all. He held to certain principles, which of course made him fight Terex in between the battle against Tyrant, since he couldn't find peace with Terex being an alliance, even for the sake of his and others' lives. However, Tyrant revived Morg for a sinister reason. This revival changed Morg, though no one could understand what was different. Tyrant attempted to use Morg as a pawn in his ultimate plan for domination by mentally restraining him. He planned on organizing a return of Morg as a false front to get Galactus into his hands and plan a move to destroy him. As planned, Morg makes his way back to Galactus and pretends to be his devotee while Tyrant snoops on Galactus. However, both the superpowers Galactus and Tyrant were unaware of Morg's true intentions. Defying both of them, Morg set out on a quest to obtain the Ultimate Nullifier, a fabled and feared weapon in the Marvel Universe. Galactus, the devourer of worlds, was afraid of just one weapon, supposedly, which was this Ultimate Nullifier. This makes it evident how incredible its power must be, and he sought to take on Tyrant and Galactus. Morg's search for the Ultimate Nullifier marked a fundamental shift in the cosmic power dynamics. Both the superpowers were rendered helpless in this fight, as they both tried to escape the situation. Silver Surfer makes his way to Tyrant's ship, only to understand this predicament. Galactus informs him to leave instantly, as he is needed by the universe and much is needed to be done. Soon the nullifier goes off and hits the front row of Tyrant's ship, and is supposed to have killed all, Galactus, Tyrant, and all on board this ship. Silver Surfer, who is thousands of miles away by this time, is also impacted by this blow, so much so that he is rendered unconscious. This is when the top of the food chain is presumed dead, at least for some time. However, Galactus later reappeared with time. Some fans think that he escaped this attack because he held so much power that he could devour the universe that he was in, leading to the defeat of everyone. However, the comics suggest that he avoided this nullification by escaping to a parallel dimension. Later, Morg returns as well, but only as a corpse in Marvel's Annihilation event. Tyrant is presumed to be dead. However, can Tyrant really be defeated? Tyrant, the floating machine. Tyrant steals the reality stone belonging to Thanos, re-emerging from his supposed seclusion. No one knows how Tyrant escaped the nullifier, and the comics do not answer this as well. Lay down your thoughts on how our Beyond Omega level supervillain may have escaped the ultimate nullifier in the comments below. Coming back to the story, Thanos along with Silver Surfer make their way to find the reality stone, only to come face to face with a supposed ally, Jack of Hearts. Jack of Hearts was manipulated by Tyrant. Soon after Jack of Hearts is defeated, Tyrant makes himself known and tries to alter the reality of Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer fights him off, taking back the Reality Stone. He is, however, hesitant to return the stone to Thanos. Silver Surfer revives the Jack of Hearts, knowing he had no hand in Tyrant's play. To convince the Surfer, Thanos defeats Tyrant by breaking him apart, leaving him to float through space. This convinces Silver Surfer, who gives the Reality Stone back to Thanos, who returns to seclusion. Surfer believed that Thanos was not a hero, but not really a villain either. This leads to the end of Tyrant in the comics. The secret to Tyrant's power. Tyrant's superpower, as we know, is gaining cosmic energy and an insane ability to hold powers. He can absorb and channel cosmic energies for destructive purposes with much ease. Apart from holding energy, he also possesses immense physical strength, so much so that he's almost indestructible. When he was banished eons ago by Galactus, we know that it had destroyed countless galaxies. However, after his return, he could easily defeat an alliance of superpowered beings. His existence is a threat, and somehow will continue to be so for the next few eons. Marvelous verdict. And that is a wrap, Marvel fans! In this marvelous video, we've just unpacked the cosmic chaos called Tyrant, the son of Galactus. Tyrant wasn't just powerful as we saw. We're talking about beyond Omega level bad guys that can destroy universes for breakfast. Galactus created this enormous behemoth from cosmic dust, and it was a formidable and unique opponent in the comics. Tyrant unfortunately hasn't made it to the big screen yet. However, let us know in the comments below if you'd like this character on the big screen. Until next time, folks!